Hello, thank you very much for tuning into this section of reads. This should be on YouTube channel James 13 Wicca, in case you're seeing it somewhere else. I will put the information, like the cards and the dice, all that below. Other than that, I guess, if you'd like a reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. This is James number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below. Same email. Thank you very much for tuning in, and let's go ahead and get into your reading. Hello, Libra. Thank you very much for tuning in to this week's read. These readings are valid for whenever you come to them. That being said, what do we have for Libra? Okay. That's it? No. Something from the bottom. Okay. Ooh, blessings from the bottom here. So, what is going on here? Where is this stemming from? You know what it's like to be on the outside. You know what it's like to be on the outside is what I'm starting with. I don't know that you're on the outside right now, but you know what it's like to be there. And you've removed yourself from that problem before. I feel like there's something else. Somebody else, this isn't going right. Something, okay. So there's somebody else I'd like to move forward. But there's something holding it back. Is this a waiting game? No. There's adversity here, or there's only either there or there's something with only so many places, only so many spots. Maybe there's only so many spots, so I can't really move something forward the way I want to. Current energy, I can't get the opportunity to show up. Not right now, but later. There's something I want to move forward. Opportunity is just not right there right now. Even though I got this card here, the Six of Swords is telling me right now it's not showing up, but it could show up later. And you know what it's like to be on the outside. You would like to be able to work with these boundaries a little bit more, but they're very rigid. The Devil card here is telling, this feels like rigid boundaries to me. Kind of like there's not a lot of flexibility here. I'd like for there to be more flexibility. It's just not showing up. But I am trying to keep good energy where I can. Something I want to happen here, it's just, the gate's not opening, but that doesn't mean I'm giving up. That doesn't mean that this isn't going to happen. Maybe not right now. And I don't like it. But it's not ruining my day, but I don't like it. The Three of Swords is kind of like, I'm not happy. I'm disappointed, but I'm waiting. And I know that the opportunity will show up later. This is not a down and out. This is, I don't like the timing type of thing. Am I missing anything with this? So far, I don't feel bad about it. I'm worried that people are going to be upset with me as if I told them a lie or something, but that's not the case. I'm worried about misconceptions. I'm worried about misconceptions with this Three of Swords. I can't do what I want right now. The opportunity is just not here. And certain people might be a little bit critical about that. Like, well, why can't you just do it, Libra? Because there's only so much you're capable of. You have to work within the system. And the system is very rigid right now, and it's just not appeasing what you want. It's not appeasing you right now. It's just not. Doesn't mean it won't, though. At some point down the road, you just kind of got to work with it a little bit more. You got to wait and find your in. There's like a really beautiful bounty I'm waiting for. Is there something I'm missing with this? Yeah, you're trying to play the strategic game. You're doing what you can. How far over there does that have to go? You need people to kind of have a little bit more faith. You need people to kind of like, give you a chance. Like, there's only so much you can do. You know what I mean? You try. I feel like some people are expecting a little bit too much, or they're just unrealistic. They're unrealistic. That might be part of it. That might be part of it. But you're not giving up on the situation. You're just trying to work with it for now, and you're just like, well, let's see what happens tomorrow, and I'll do what I can. Right now, there's only so much I can do. We got to play the long game here. People are just not... It bothers me a little bit that they're not seeing the full picture, but at the same time, I don't know that you're expecting them to see the full picture as much as just like if they could just give you a chance and just relax for a while. That's all you need. Just relax, people. Give me a chance. Relax. If they just have some faith in you, it'd be fine. That's all. That's all you're asking. What is this popping up over here? The Tower, and then the Ten of Swords. This doesn't... I don't think this is bad for you, by the way. The Tower is not a fun card. The Ten of Swords is surely not a fun card. That's devastation. There's a change coming down the line. It's happening. I don't think when it shows up that you're comfortable with it. I don't think it's causing you Ten of Swords energy directly, but indirectly. You're seeing other people go through this Ten of Swords energy, and that's difficult to watch. It's just coming out of nowhere. But you're also, while this is happening, and I feel like this is a normal thing for Libra to do, you're going to ask questions, you're going to look into the situation, you're going to watch closely and try to figure out, like, why did this happen? Where did this come from? Stuff like that. Where is it going, for sure? What it says is going to happen, is that actually holding water? Is that making sense? There's a lot of work you're involved in this time when it shows up, but more kind of like, do I understand where it came from, where it is, and where it's going? More, does it, can I do something with it, basically? While this is happening, I feel like I got to kind of hunker down and just kind of wait for it to pass. Well, you don't have to do anything. While it's happening, if you try to work with it, or if you try to get in there and try to move things around, I do feel like it gets very unfriendly. It reminds me of having a household and you have a couple animals, like maybe a couple dogs, and while everything is crazy and bedlam, if you try to get a hold of the dogs or try to get control of the dogs, they might get even more aggressive. For whatever reason. It's kind of like I have to wait for the situation to settle, and once the situation settles, I can go in there and I can try to take care of the dogs and kind of move them where they need to go. But while it's in its heyday, while it's going crazy, their energy might just amp up 10 times to what it normally is and make it much more of an issue that you don't need. They're saying be careful of trying to work with it while it's in process, because it doesn't seem like it's very compatible. I see this here. Like I was talking to it. So there are two Earth cards. This one Earth card is like actively trying to fix it. This one's trying to understand what it's doing and trying to have control where you can realistically have control. Sometimes it's a waiting to the side, like let's just see what happens. Let me evaluate what's going on here and wait for the dust to settle so I can kind of put things where they're actually going to stay. That way we don't have constant movement, just creating more movement, creating more movement, creating more movement. We need it to settle and then organize it after it's been settled. The situation has to kind of come to its, like, it has to simmer. It's got to come to its simmer, I guess. It's got to it has to come down a little bit. There's two Oracle cards here coming in with it. when it kind of comes down, you'll have more not luxury. What's the word I want to use? More of a convenient spot where you can sit there and kind of see it for what it is and kind of like make better decisions. And then you'll be able to move it forward and it'll stay on track with where you're moving it forward. They're saying if you move too soon and it's all bubbling up all over the place, the more you try to fix it, the more you have to keep editing and correcting and changing. It needs to simmer first. It needs to come down. That way you know what you're dealing with, and then you can make a choice, make a change, and it'll stay where you put it. That's what we need. Because if you're just constantly changing things and just dealing with changes, creating more changes, and those changes are creating more changes, and these changes are changing those changes, it just becomes more and more crazy to the point where you look back and like, I don't even know why I did what I did, but whatever I did do, it didn't matter, did it? Versus like if it comes to a settling energy, it'll stay where you put it, and that's what we need. That's what they're saying with this. This is the Hierophant in most decks. We need it to stay where you put it. We need it to make sense. We need it to be stable. Stable is what we're looking for. Working on it too soon isn't going to work to your benefit. When it is stabilized and once you've moved the proper things around, then you can go back and do what you have always been trying to do. Whatever you originally wanted to move forward, whatever you wanted to bring into play, that shows up later. That shows up later with the Seven of Pentacles showing up with the Ace of Swords, kind of like it's been here, it's been waiting to move forward, it's been waiting to be enacted. And after everything changed, even though it was an unexpected change, once it's stabilized and you were able to reevaluate it and move it around to where it should have been anyway, that's when you're going to get your opportunity to move things forward where you originally wanted to anyway. The opportunity that you couldn't find before finally did show up. Is that okay? There's a couple cards here, and I know the Sun card. Did I show the Sun card? There's a better time coming, and I feel like that's still yet to show itself. There's going to be a point where the past is the past. I'm seeing it, but it's going to be a bit better as well. Yeah, the World card comes up right on it too. There's going to be a point where the past is the past and we just got to let it go and move on from it. I don't know. It just keeps coming across that way. I don't know what I'm supposed to say other than that. After you've corrected it, after you've moved forward what you originally wanted to anyway, the opportunity finally showed itself, then they're saying let go of the past and just leave it in the past. There's going to be a lot of things there that there's so many moving parts that it doesn't really even help to evaluate it at this point because everything is so tangled up that it's not even serving the situation to go back and untie things because it doesn't make sense. Once the past is the past, once you've put things where you originally wanted to, just enjoy it for what it is. Let the past go into the past. The world is backing up this on the dice. And then things will move forward a lot quicker than you expect, and just leave the past in the past is what I keep getting. I don't know how that sounds. I don't know if you like that or not, but I keep getting things will go a lot quicker after this, and there's going to be certain answers that just aren't going to be available just because of how it worked out. I mean, I know that that's the answer. Does it make, I don't know. I'm not a Libra, so I hope it makes sense to those of you who it was meant for, so I'm going to let it go. I'm just going to let it go. Thank you very much for watching. I hope that helps. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below, same email. Thanks again for watching. Have a great day.